Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best kept secrets on social media, the best of the business. We got another good one for y'all. Part two. Chop it up with brother Obsolent LDTV. He should be here any minute now. Let me go check. Make sure that he's there. I'll be right back. Stay right there. Do not go nowhere, family. I'll be right there. And welcome on Almond Eyes. How you doing? I want you to go support Almond Eyes. You're great stuff she had there. I'm trying to get her on and everything. Do the chopper, but don't tell nobody. But I'm trying to do Almond Eyes, trying to get Almond Eyes. Don't shh, don't tell me. But I'll be right back. I gotta check on the brother, make sure that his connection is all right, so he come right through. All right. So I'll be right back. Stay right there. Y'all can conversate with each other. But welcome. Thank y'all. Come on in. Come on in. This is part two of Brother Obsolete LDTV part two. Like I said, I'm trying to get Almond Eyes. But I'll be right back. Thank you. Great afternoon. Great afternoon to y'all and your family. I'll be right back. Stay right there, bro. Excuse me. Only the one get the link is Brother Obsolete LTV, not nobody else. Again, I repeat, only Brother Obsolete TV will get the link to come to the panel. Nobody else. So hold on 1 second. All right. Can you hear me, brother? What's the topic for today, sister? Well, the chop up is like, because I use you as an example. You the main guest. I ask you questions, right? But also you can ask me questions too. It's like interaction between each other, and it depends how long you're going to stay. For instance, eyes. Like if you say you want to stay for an hour, so between like the 25 and the 30-minute mark, I would ask people to put their questions in so they can ask you questions. What I do, I screen them. If I feel that the question is appropriate so you can answer, you can answer them. There are some in the past they said they don't mind about that. There are some that they let me screen them. So that's the way I do it. I'm at odds and everything. So but this is part two of stuff. So hold on, let me see. See how I can get the brother on because I think something wrong with audio. So hold on 1 second, please. I can eat right here, but not the Hello? Hello? See, when I talk, right, you see in the bottom how this mute it when it says mute, when they go up and down the blue. That hold on, fam, hold on. Talk right now. All right, hold, stay right there, brother. If you could hear him, press one. Oh, you. Mm. Hello? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nobody can hear. Hold on. If you can hear me, press one. Or brother obsolete, talk. All right. Brother, talk. If y'all can hear him, press one. Y'all can hear me, right? Okay. Hey, so how you doing, Sister Fields? Thank you. We trying to get the brother on so he can so we can go on. So hey, Scorpio Mama, how you doing? Yeah, I'm glad you can hear me, but I'm trying to get brother Apps Link TV on so you can hear both of us and everything. So we working on it. Thanks for your part. Welcome, Scorpio Mama. I'm sorry. Welcome, Scorpio Mama. Thank you. Thank you, Sister Scorpio Mom and Sister Kareem Fields. And Brother James J, my long time family, thanks for coming. Thank you. Some Sister Ahmed Oz family, thanks for coming. Shabrang Jiba, thanks for coming. He was the first one. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Thanks for being patient with us. Be right back. Be right back. To work. We working this audio out. Barry's working this audio out. So stay right there. We gonna get this going. We're gonna get this going, y'all. So stay right there. Stay right there. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's an echo in the background.
You or me?
Probably me, but hello?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. We work with that.
Okay. Where's the echo at?
I don't know. I know. Well, let me talk. Keep on talking, brother.
Man, remind me to never get Streamlabs.
I know. I might switch this. I'm gonna switch this.
Wow.
Well, anyway, welcome to my channel, Under the Dark. It's yours with number one grinder, one of the best kept secrets on social media, the best of the business. And we got my brother Obsolete LDTV. This is part two of Chop Up, and we're gonna get it going. So good afternoon. Tell the people about yourself before we continue this Chop Up part two.
Yeah, part two. I'm just happy to finally be in here. I'm I won't be messing with Streamlabs ever, but I'm happy to be back for the part two.
Oh man, thanks for making me feel bad, man.
No, no, you good. Nah, it's not OG's fault. It's not OG's fault at all. It's just the connection. Cause I actually came in right when it hit 1 second.
Oh,
I came in and it just kept loading and saying join and it just wouldn't let me in. I don't know what's up with that. That's weird. But we're here now, so yeah. How was your day though today so far?
I'm here.
He said, I mean, how's y'all weather down there in Virginia
Man,
or
it's
up there?
raining.
Oh, it's raining.
Yeah.
Man, it's like about damn near 90 degrees where I'm at. Shit,
See,
it's,
you ain't have to rub it in like that, though.
it's, it's
All right, well, I understand it's raining, but you ain't have to like rub it in. I know sunshine stay out. You ain't had to do that. You know, that's dead wrong. That's
man.
that's all right. That's all right. But before we continue the part two, tell people um where you from, where's you from, and all that.
Okay.
And before you continue, that's how I do part two, because I don't want you to be repeating for part. Y'all got to go to part one. Let's hear the introduction, but you tell people what it is.
All right.
You from old? Got sorry.
Originally from Minnesota. Been down living in Miami since 2011, October 2011, and shit, happy as hell that I moved up out of there. But I love home. You know, there's no place like home, regardless of where you go. But definitely happy to be out here. And there's nothing like living and seeing that ocean. That's what really got me down here. I have family here, and coming down and seeing the ocean, I just always knew, like, man, one day I gotta live here. And so I'm thankful to have made that happen.
What's up? What's up? Oh, it says 16 raining for me in VA. Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay. We got this through. Um, now, but we was talking about a few things. The last time I did on live was with you last week. You know that?
Yes, sir. Oh, really? That was the last one?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That was the last time. Usually I'm not like that. Oh, you homie, know I be always on the ground. So,
Yeah. You go
but I
live on
like
a don't you go live on IG as well?
at times I do. Yes,
Okay. All right.
I haven't read. What's good? I haven't read on IG for almost 3 weeks.
Okay.
I gotta jump on that too. Yeah, Scorpio Mama said Florida will teach you something. Yeah, Florida's not. Florida's not. I ain't gonna lie, Florida's not. Especially man, you single there. I'm just saying. Different animal down there. Got know what you're doing down there.
Yeah, I'm not it's
You ladies too. Gotta know what you're doing down there. Men down there too.
yes.
Well, we gonna get to that, all right?
It's real
All right,
fast.
we're gonna say get to that. Now, Where we left off last week, we was talking about man and woman relationships,
Hmm.
and when I was thinking, talking about on part one last week, and what was the importance of the man and woman get back together to have lasting relationships and lasting marriage. Now, everybody has their own formula, right?
Yeah.
But long as they do it together. What's the formula of you and your wife?
First off, let me say that our relationship is not perfect by no means, but the formula is to be a team. That's the formula. And to know that, she plays her position and I play my position, and together we make it work. There's always going to be times when your ego sparks up. I mean, my ego was just all over the place the other day, but you got to come back down to earth and realize like this is a team here. So, and
Okay.
communication is the biggest thing because I'm still developing my communication from the lack of communication that I grew up with. So
Right.
it's something that I'm consistently working on and growing in. So it's definitely a challenge when you're used to just kind of not communicating things, and you have a partner who wants to communicate. So it's like I said, it's a lot of growing going on. Let me say that there's a lot of growing going on, and even within being married, because I've been with her for almost 12 years in July. So it's just continuous. You just got to know that you're continuously growing, and it's definitely enjoyable. It's way enjoyable than being out there in the field. Whew.
Yeah, I think we talked about this. We talked about it briefly last week. I think that was like towards the end of the part two.
Yeah.
And there are some people think that I'm talking about men and some women. There are some think the grass is green.
Nah, man. It's that grass is green where you water it. I
And
mean, it's
so
as a man or even as a woman, you're always gonna see somebody that you're attractive to. That's attractive to you. It's just nature, right? It's natural. But you might as well just if the situation you're in isn't totally just like if there's no abuse going on. That of course, if you're being abused, then yeah, move around. But man, that grass just ain't greener on the other side.
yeah, you know, when my mother was living, right, and we was talking about intuitions, right,
Yeah.
and she said, your man had intuitions too,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
and
Definitely.
so when they say women have intuition, no, y'all have your own intuition. So sometimes pay attention. She always said, pay attention of your man's feelings,
Uh,
because it's different from a woman. But if you know it's something wrong, pay attention to it.
I'm
And
glad you said
she
that,
said a
OG.
lot of men does not pay attention to it, and they get in situations that sometimes too late.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, OG, because a lot of times men they always look at women as only having intuition. But yes, your mom taught you correctly. Like we have it too. We have it too. So we just gotta
So
learn how to we just gotta learn how to be in touch with it. That's the key right there.
and then be true to it.
Yes. Yes.
And I think that's the part that we don't really talk about. I talk about it on my channel, on men's talking and other stuff, but I need to talk about more about that. And because there are some men that when you love a woman, you love a woman. You know what I mean? I'm talking real men.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that, and I remember my aunt used to have those talks too. My late aunt used to have those talks too. And she always said, "Look, you gotta follow with your heart. You gotta follow with your mind and heart. Not mind and heart, not heart and mind and heart."
Yeah.
And sometimes like we don't even follow because we think of society and stuff like that. And but if you feel something, you feel something. Always say, when you feel something, don't let that person let you know there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Stick to it. And these are women, and so I'm very appreciative of that. Along the way, I made mistakes. Trust me, I do. I did, but it was not lasting mistakes. And to look back, I want to touch on this, brother.
Uh,
I'm glad I have that counsel for women, strong, real women.
yeah.
Despite they not men, they can't tell you how to be a man, but they give me an up and up and watch out for certain things of a woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stand firm because a lot few of them is not gonna be firm.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm letting you know." I remember my aunt. She told me this back in. She, like I said, they talked to me when I was very little.
Uh,
So along the way, it was like reminders. I always say reminders, right?
yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Reminders. When I talk reminders, I was talking about gems. So I remember. I'm gonna say this one last thing. I want you to jump on this. And well, she said, "Look, how the world's going to be, they're going to try to make sure that a man is less than. I want you to understand being a man. Stand up in it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of, it's just a lot of sweetness going on. You know how old people
Man.
be saying.
Oh my
There's a lot of
goodness.
sweetnesses going on.
It is a lot. Oof. It definitely
So,
is.
and you got to understand, you're a man. And there's going to be some women love that sweetness too.
Yeah. And
Stand up against it. You're a
it's
man.
a it's a that's one of those things that is a gift and a curse because there's a lot of single mothers raising boys, right? And a lot of times these young boys they start to emulate their mothers too much, and especially when it comes to a lot of these dance moves that you see, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
nah, these little boys shouldn't be, nah, they shouldn't be doing that, and that's what's missing. It's like if a father was there, there's no way a father's gonna allow their son to twerk or to be, how can I say, switching her neck back and forth, like how how like little girls talk or whatever, or even women talk. A lot of times they kind of really expressive with themselves in like the neck area, like nah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of and it's just about it, when it comes down to it, it's just the lack of male presence. That's why that what it is today. Where you see a lot of it today, the lack of male presence. Yeah. It's definitely disheartening, but it is what it is. That's why, as a father, is having a son, I'm definitely there, being observant, and just definitely being observant, man. And being on, being.
So, so it was like, that's good. Good, it was a good point you made. No. And so another question I want to ask you: what we need to do about it, of your
What's the
perspective?
what's the solution to it?
Yeah, what's the solution, partner?
is the solution? The solution would be maybe that's kind of almost unfair to say because there's a lot of men out here dealing with what they're dealing with, right? And so there's a lot of broken men that are still trying to, figure themselves out. So it's, man, what is the solution? That is a phenomenal question. Dang, damn, OG, I
Because
don't
I'm
know.
as a phenomenal man.
OG, I don't
And
know
I'm
what
no
the
brother.
I don't know what the solution is because the solution is early. Like,
I said I said solution is if you put God first.
okay,
If you want to walk in God's way, I don't want to sound preachy and spiritual.
uh,
I mean, that's the source start from that.
I mean, yeah,
That just me.
whatever a person believes in, make sure that, yeah, I mean that's definitely a I would say is a start of a great solution is to put whatever you believe in, put that first and continue to walk. But then again, it's like it's it's gotta be or okay, what is there a cousin or everybody has like a favorite cousin, favorite uncle or something. But then again, that goes back to what I just said, like a mentor. You need like a lot of these boys they need a male mentor. They need somebody,
And that's the problem.
and it's sad because a
There's
lot.
not enough male. That's a good point. There's not enough male mentors out there. I mean, they out there, but it's not. I'm talking about some mothers and some fathers.
Yeah,
It's not willing to extend their hand to help,
yeah, and also
and that also could be a problem
there's just a lot
because
of
now you developing. I'm gonna be nice today. I mean, like oatmeal sweet boys.
yeah.
And then you got the son husbands. Um,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, son husbands. Yeah,
yeah. That's
you got
ruthless right there. Yeah,
little Pillsbury boy. You know what I mean? I ain't talking about putting it in the oven. I'm talking about sweet one. You throw the sugar
yes,
around,
cinnamon
and
roll.
shake their little tail. You know what I mean? So brothers and sisters, I'm trying to be PG today. I could really go off, but I'm not. That's underrated true life stories. That's
Now
what I'm saying.
let me ask you this question, OG. When do you think the and I'm talking about how can I say it? When did it start? When did the problem start? As far as in history is what I'm gonna say. In history, when did the problem start? Because I know in your time there was a lot of, and I'm speaking, there was a lot of black father mother homes in your time, right? So when did the problem really start?
I said though, I was born in '66. I think it was boiling point even back then, even before that. But there is a scholar named Dr. Neely Fuller. I think he passed away not too long ago, or he's
Yeah,
still
just
living
recently. Yeah.
recently. And he said back in '74, '75, between those years, that in 30 years, that the black man is going to be emasculated.
Uh,
And they laughed at it.
mhm.
And this is what happened. And so that was a spearhead to it. And you got feminists out here. Now, let me say before I continue. She said men have failed everybody, but Scorpio Mama, I would say this. I beg to differ. Men and women have failed.
Yeah, it was a joint effort.
It was a joint effort.
Yeah, it was definitely a joint
So we
effort.
got to be careful. All due respect, we got to be real careful.
definitely
trying to bring the
respect her
man and woman
also.
together. But I understand what you're saying. Maybe your spectrum, but it was man and woman felt. And so there are men have been part of this feminist movement, have made, have had adopted,
Yes.
and their masculinity has been for sale,
Uh-huh.
knowing they've been at the same time been a masculine. Now, when I'm talking being a masculine, I'm not talking about physical. I'm talking about emotionally being masculine.
Yes.
And I think you gave me a good idea. I think we're gonna talk more about that in the future. Maybe before my birthday next Wednesday or after.
Okay.
I would think about probably do a man. I probably do a man's part, and then after that, I probably do like in general part. And I think that's that we don't talk about that enough.
You know
Be a
what?
masculine mentally, morally, you know.
Also, something like that's hurting it too. Like besides the feminist movement, you have movements like the independent the independent woman movement. Like that does a lot of damage in itself, and the whole idea that women or men, like like a lot of women that they don't need a man. Like at the end of the day, men and women need each other. That's the key.
Mm-hmm.
And so they got these movements that these women, I don't need a man and all that type shit. And it's like,
Right.
yes you're strong, but you're here to be a teammate with a man, because you're supposed to be in your femininity, not in your masculine.
Yeah. And I think that I read what you can read the text too. I mean, you can read the comments too if you want to, brother, in the chat. If you want to jump in and start especially any questions you want to ask me, you can. So,
See, Scorpion
more
Mama,
than
she
welcome
says
and
too
stuff.
much in
But
survival mode. That's true. Oh, slave
you
mentality
know,
is very much alive.
but you said women had not failed as much as men. Just keep it real. But Scorpio mom, you got to be careful. Please be careful. Now, if you're gonna go by your personal experience, okay. But we talking about morally. We talking about um collectively. Got to be careful. With all due respect, because I would say the same thing. If a man would say it too. We got to be real careful. We trying to talk about men and women together.
I know a
We
lot
got
of
to be real
men.
careful. But I respect what you're saying. But we got to be real careful because it probably be a man probably got over hurt
That's true too.
and he on his way to redemption to want to be with a woman. That's what I'm saying. You want to tell us you're okay? I understand that, but I'm saying be careful. We trying to, what we talking about, we're trying to keep the man and the women together. But I understand what you're saying. But it's all good though. The first ain't gonna be the last, so it's fine. It's fine. But I wanna as it always good to see you too, sis. And hit me back up when I text you on email. We gotta get that going on this channel. Gotta get this going on this channel. But welcome. Thanks for coming. You caught it. Um,
Something is wise.
so any question you want to ask before I continue?
Before I go on, some people will say that women failed men by accepting government assistance.
Mm-hmm.
And so government assistance, in order to obtain that, the men couldn't be in the house. So as you know, and I know, there's a whole system at hand that did what it did, and of course that's the cause. Because I mean, if you're a man out there trying to provide for your family and you can't get a job, how is you supposed to get it? That's kind of like goes up to what she said up there. Too many in survivor mode.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. That part I agree with Scorpio Mama.
Yeah,
I agree with that. And also I seen that happen, bro.
yeah,
Actually, man get thrown out. And people be thinking like, oh, it's just boyfriend right? No, sometimes some of them are married.
uh huh,
They have to leave.
And so also it's like, okay, you're in survival mode, you're down and out, and then, you're depressed and what do you do next? You go start doing drugs because you want to escape the reality that you're living in.
Yeah.
So, uh,
And,
and
and
and we already know
yeah.
what they did with our communities.
You ain't
Like you
lying about
said, it.
that. And continually doing it.
Yeah. Or you see in Chicago or just any, every St. Louis, like there's these guns just showing up on blocks. Like, I mean, they're not bringing in, who's that's melanated is dropping these guns off. There is none. So,
Yeah, I've witnessed some in my time when I was in New York.
uh, sheesh.
I did. Hey, hey, see, the white boys. Hey, sonny boy, I know you want to protect your community, don't you? I said, yeah. I said, yeah, officer, and you trying to ruin our community, don't you? I did because I was raised not be afraid of the system.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In my own way. Directed or indirected from my parents, and definitely, Black Panther Party. Yeah, yeah, I see it. Even I see it in Virginia.
Uh-huh.
And I've been here for years. I said, hey brother, I said, I know it's a trap. I said, listen, let me tell you something. They put that cheese there and they want to shoot you down as a rat, man. You
Yeah.
gotta be careful. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know the history of this USA.
Yeah.
And so, and it also happened around the world too, family. And so we have to understand that there are things out there that's happening right now. They're just doing it a different way, but same policies. You know what I'm saying? So
So my question for
so
you,
enough for that. But keep the comments going. Wise Sports, please check her channel. She got it going on. Scorpio Mama, do you have any content on? Let us know. If you do, we definitely wanna they wanna support it. Trust me.
yeah, shout
Trust
out to you,
us.
Scorpion Mama, for never being an assistance. My question for you, OG, if you can change, okay, you get one, okay, how can I say it? You can change
Let's say
one
it.
thing within our community. What would be that one thing that you would change?
That's an excellent question, but I can't give you no one answer though.
Okay, you have to
That's a
break it.
lie.
What would be the first thing you would change? Okay, that's a better way to put it. What would be the first thing?
um,
The first.
it's gonna have to answer like two and one.
That's cool.
Um, understand the position of the black man and black woman that we've been disfranchised for a long time, and it's time to stand up against this system to be families again. And
That's
no
cool.
matter in relationship or marriage, it's got to be lasting.
Okay.
And we got to learn to go through the storms because they're gonna keep on throwing storms at us all the time.
Mhm.
And the ones who don't want to partake in that, they need to get thrown away. Man, don't want man, they want them. They can get thrown away. If you don't want to be in that alignment, get thrown away.
Mhm.
And then if the kids are involved, gotta be in alignment.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, put it down, Scorpio. Okay, that's what's up.
Oh, that's dope. She said, "Write my book, Adoption Gone Wrong." That's dope. So my answer to that, OG, to that question I just asked you, the first thing that I would change or realize is self love, because regardless of how much we love to portray that we love like we love ourselves, we display that we don't. So in within healing self love, what also would happen was we would work together, and I just know that if we would work together, it would just be phenomenal. You know, like we could work together, it would be phenomenal. But there's so
Oh, but thank you so much, brother. You gonna make me cry.
there's there's just a
I appreciate that.
deep
I don't get compliments like that, but I appreciate
deep
that.
rooted. There's just a lot of deep rooted hate, within just the culture itself. So
Yeah, I'm looking forward for that. Scorpio Mama. I'm gonna tell you like this. If anybody want me to do a chop up, you can put it in the chat. Just let me know, and I put in the make time. Just understand my time. Like I said, next Wednesday is my birthday, so I want you to drop some cash. Let me stop. But excuse me. Hey, brother Todd, I want y'all before we continue. I want y'all to subscribe to this brother. He's a good brother. He's one of the brothers I met through TikTok. I already knew of him already, but I met him through TikTok. He had great shows, even his channel, and he exemplified being a man, especially a black man.
that's what's up.
And he see things on the woman's side and even the man's side. But also he will fight to make sure the black man be in existence.
Mm.
And also the woman be in existence. He one of the few brothers that hold, besides you, brother, that thank you, Scorpio Mama, that hold the black man and the black woman accountable. And we need more of that. Cause y'all bunch of gays, softies. Y'all gotta stop sipping on that sipping on that Kool-Aid that's keep on saying, "Oh, I need to do this, I need to do that." But I just want to give a shout out to them because it remind me of you too, brother. Married,
Oh, that's what's up.
you know.
Shout out to Miss Fields. She said most of the men and women I treat by providing psychotherapy have benefited so much from learning self compassion. Yeah, that's super dope to hear.
Yeah. And this is
Absolutely.
another one that been married over 20 years. So this is what I'm saying, brother. We got examples, right?
Yeah.
We got example, brother Todd, sister Fields, and even you. That's three. But our people, I ain't gonna learn from that. And you trying to tell me what to do? Well, okay then. So if you don't want to be part of this arrangement, and I'm talking to the black man and the black woman. Shut the fuck up and be on the side. There. I'm being dead serious.
Hmm.
Guy in Hollywood, hotel to you, brother. Away. Another one that is married. You don't want to be part of the arrangement? Shut the fuck up. Get on the side. I mean, I'm being honest. Excuse me, I curse. I gotta pray to God about that because I'm trying to, but it has to come down to it, bro. What's your take on that? And anybody want to talk about it in the chat, you more than welcome, please. And I said about another matter of fact, another 10 minutes, y'all could drop your questions in the chat. All right?
Hmm. So I guess I have a question for
Go
you.
ahead.
So when was the last time you went back home to Brooklyn?
About 2019.
Okay, so how how do you feel about the changes that you've seen within your community? Like, how do you?
Do you want the sugar coat answer or the real answer?
I want the raw uncut. I want the raw
I
uncut.
don't like it
Okay.
because if they forcing our black businesses out, don't worry about Scorpio, mom. You good? I don't like it because our community being forced out,
Mm-hmm.
and they bringing these people in that don't like us as a people, and they letting them setting them shop in our community instead of improve our community. They think they lift their community, but they forcing us out. No problem. Don't worry about Scorpio Mama. And I don't like that. Back again, when I learned from the Black Panthers back when I was a very little boy, learn to see things in a deeper effect, in a deeper picture. You know, I'm looking around to put soccer field was in. Ain't that many of us play soccer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, any sports resources is not really coming to us. I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that, Scorpio Mama. And I feel our the leaders in New York. I mean, I could say all around the country, but I'm gonna stick to New York as you asked. They failed us. They really did. And especially in New York City, we suffer for it. And the sad thing about it, a lot of them don't even know the effect that it's had. You know, brother Guy well, he from New York, he could talk more about that. And even you got brother Ty, you know, he from Detroit, you know, because it's further than New York.
Oh yeah.
But there is no recycle of our culture. And
Mm-hmm.
so as you see, we getting forced out. More people don't look like us, still don't like us. They just be there to just be there. So for me, it's like, what's the use?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like put, it's like they putting a platinum band-aid on it. It's sad that people fail to understand what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about y'all in the chat, but people fail to understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's the hurtful thing about it. Me born and raised in New York, you know.
Yeah, I seen people in areas of Brooklyn that they would never dare go to. Now they're just hanging out.
Never,
Now they're just hanging out. It's like wow.
you know, and so my thing is that if you want to improve the community that what you live in. And the ones who do not want to follow it, you just tell them to get out. But you got to improve the community, you know. And so let's say a lot of people of color that is leaders got paid off.
Mm.
So
Where are a lot of these
I,
people, from your knowledge, where are a lot of these people going? Because I mean, I know nothing's getting cheaper out there for them. So,
um, yeah, I got you, brother Todd. Um, they forcing them out, bro, to the outskirts of Brooklyn, Queens.
okay, that was good.
Black businesses getting forced out.
So they're closing. So those
They
businesses,
call it right. They closing up.
okay,
You know, generation wealth is suffering.
yeah,
No, um, our affairs that we want to have to improve our community is gone. No money ain't going into that.
mm.
There's a ripple effect that people fail to understand that.
What is a Brooklyn night like? Spike Lee, like, what is he doing for the community up there?
I hear a little here, I hear a little that. I heard he improved. I heard he trying to get brothers sisters some jobs and stuff. There are some that he's not doing enough.
Uh,
But when I look at it, he's still in Brooklyn.
yeah, okay.
That should say something, I guess. And I'm just being nice. But I
Yeah,
mean that's Spike Lee. He could do he could do best he could. He helped. But but like I said about soccer fields, I'm not saying. But see, even like they put soccer fields, they not letting us play. There is no training. I mean, like it's like
mm,
because I grew up, we had basketball,
word.
some baseball, turned into football, but at least it's taking us out of trouble. You go to different parks, you know what I'm saying, brother, to
Yeah,
play,
yeah,
you know, you created relationships, and I feel they should get back doing that. Have
yeah,
tournaments, 1 day tournaments. Listen, come over here. You know, we gonna have some breakfast, have some refreshments. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Get them out, get them out the streets. You know what I mean? Have community centers that you go to school, you go to your parents can't pick you up. You have to work late. You know, do your homework. Have mentors. Do your homework. You know, have a little aggression. You know,
yeah.
let them get that off. If they can't have dinner, you have make sure dinner there. So it would make it easy for that parent or the legal guardian or whatever.
Yeah,
That's my
Scorpion.
take on it.
Scorpion Mama says we only want to sell food and clothes. It's more to life than those two trades. That is
No,
that is
we
so
don't.
true. That is so
She's
true
right.
though. That is so true though. They want to eat good and be fly.
Yeah.
And you got a lot of people that love wearing these brands that don't care. They don't give they don't give a shit about them. Like a lot of these European brands and shit. Like I don't get it, man.
Yeah.
To each
Um,
his own.
okay, y'all. Questions, put in the chat. So let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
When you see in Miami, is that going on?
Oh yeah, it's going on. I see it, but there is. How can I say it? How can I say? Yeah, like you said, it's literally like USA wide because there's places that I see when I first came down here in 2011. It's totally different now. Like it used to
Right.
be more urban. Now there's basically condos there now. So it's and yes, don't get me wrong, it's nice, but it's like taking the culture right out of it. And when you take the culture out, it's like it becomes flavorless. That's the way I look at it anyway, flavorless. And so yeah, the area looks nice, but there's like no flavor there anymore, like it used to be. So yeah, parts of Overtown and even like a lot of the projects up there in Miami Gardens, a lot of that's gone, and it's been replaced with apartments or townhomes. So yeah, it's a huge difference.
That means that when people visiting, they just look at South Beach and they think, oh, that's how it goes.
That's funny because yeah, a lot of people they look at South Beach and they think, oh yeah, that's Miami. Nah, Miami, South Beach is actually a beach. Like you
Right.
have to drive over the causeway to get to it, and then you have like most. This how I go. You land in Miami, right? And then most people go right from the airport straight to the beach, Miami Beach,
Right.
and so A lot of people confuse Miami Beach with being Miami. Don't get me wrong. Like I love like just the rawness of what Miami is. So me seeing projects or me seeing graffiti, that doesn't deter me. That doesn't make me look down on it. You know, like I appreciate
Right.
that. I appreciate the rawness of the city itself. But man, it's man, a lot of people just they think that's Miami once they see South Beach. Nah, that ain't Miami at all. And even
Yeah.
though like me personally, I love South Beach. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of people that are actually were born here in Miami, they don't even go there. Like they never go there. You know, they be like, oh, that's just where the tourists go. But there's a lot of beautiful other places too that's actually in Miami to go to and hang out and have a good time as well. But most people from outside, all they know is just South Beach.
Now, before we continue, I'm gonna say this little story. It's a long story, but I'm gonna keep it real short. When I was with the ex in New York, right,
Uh,
and when we visit Daytona Beach.
yeah.
Now, at the time, that time Daytona Beach that we went to, they was really building um townhouses, condos,
Uh,
timeshares. Cause we went down like we had a timeshare, and so we got on the bus. They told me you want soul food. We on the bus, and you like it's like totally different, but that's still Daytona Beach.
yeah.
That's hood. But where we was at was nice.
Yeah.
But with there was hood, so there's a difference. You know, people say that's not Daytona Beach. Oh, yes, it is Daytona Beach. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And it was like two different cultures.
Yes.
And so yeah, I'm very appreciative personally because they first got there. She said, "Oh, you got that New York accent. I know you home." I said, "No doubt you home, man. It's not some of the mac and cheese or some mac and cheese, some of them chicken they were talking about." I
Yeah.
said, "Who names that?" I said, "People where we were staying at." So the accent tone was there. Oh, they don't come up here.
Oh
I
damn.
said, "Why? They bougie." I said, "Wow." I
Damn.
said, "But we up here, they hook us up." When I told them they hook us up, they hook us up.
Hmm.
It was nice because yeah, sometimes shit is a joke. You right about that.
Yeah,
On
it's a
stuff.
hustle. It's a hustle.
Yeah, it is. Some is legit, but you got to really shop for it and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, um, we make sure. I said we make sure that money be in our community, our community. So
Yeah, they bank on
it's
people to make impulse buys as far as timeshare. Because even in Vegas, like when I'm going to Vegas, they be on your ass out there too with that timeshare stuff. So if
yeah,
you're
that timeshare is a joke. Yeah,
if you're an impulse buyer, then usually you end up falling for that shit. But nah, it's
I mean, like there are people that get timeshares and they families and stuff.
yeah,
I mean, it's legit. I say keep it.
yeah, yeah,
You know, if it's good, it's legit. Please keep it because you could actually make money. And so I always say to myself, if I'm running with some good money, I would not invest in timeshares. It always good, you know. You
I
want to
would.
get because this is what I'm saying. Keep the family together and the relationships together and the marriages together. That's the way to go. How about you want to get away for 2 weeks?
Mm,
And then you pay it, and the points bring up. Sometimes you end up having a free trip. Or sometimes, oh yeah, we go on these points right here. Or you can fly. That included drinks and all that. But you right about Scorpio Mars, so she said Florida is shrinking every year. Questions, family, questions in the chat.
man, they've been saying that forever. They always saying something with Florida. Like I don't know, man. I can't call it to be honest. 'Cause, I mean, yeah, it floods just because we're at it floods in certain areas because we're at sea level. We're right there. But as far as sinking, that's why we don't have basements here because of that. So everybody you see here, people build upwards. They don't build downwards. But yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
so yeah, man. Even they said California shrinking. I mean, shrinking too.
yeah, they claim it's sinking as well. I don't know. I mean, you see, I mean, you know, with those mudslides, it's wild out there because they have a lot of hills. That's the thing. What
Yeah.
Florida is great because it's more flat, way more flat than California. But California,
Yeah.
they have so many hills, and you see those houses way the hell up there in hills. It's crazy, but it's beautiful. But when the right storm come around and that mud get to moving, it's a wrap.
Yeah, because even there are some countries around the world it's like that too.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what people say. Oh yeah, I want to go. You but now you better check where you go at.
Right.
You don't
OG,
know it
you been
might
out
be
there?
happen just right then when you visit it. Oh no.
Have you been out there, OG?
Where?
The Cali. You been out there?
No.
Oh yes, you gotta go, OG. You gotta go. Definitely gotta. It's beautiful out there. It's beautiful.
I know I can't wear certain colors.
You got yeah. You gotta definitely be pay attention to the politics going on out there. But for the most
Yeah.
part, you'll be
Okay.
yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I always want to go to Cali. You know,
Yeah, it's
I
beautiful.
do. I always want to go to Cali. You know what I'm saying? I really do. Um, Another question I want to ask you is sports. Um, do you follow sports?
I follow sports, of course. You know, follow boxing here and there. But you know what? To be honest, OG, like I don't really watch basketball like I used to, or football. I mean, at the end all be all is that both sports are distractions, right? But even with that, it's just the fact that the sports they just seem so soft these days. Like I don't like that. Like remember we were just talking about like being feminized earlier, and a lot of these sports just seem like they've been feminized.
Oh, my.
Like just the like remember in the '90s and like there were just so many stars, '80s, '90s. There's just so many stars that were just so
Yeah.
authentic. You don't see that today. It's rare. There's not a whole bunch
Yeah.
of stars that just stand out. So I just don't care about it. And
You know what? You got a point there because back then, even you was talking about, and even before then,
uh,
I mean, you got to shake hand. That's it. It was
yeah,
no kumbaya like right now.
no, no, no. It's like yeah, it's yeah. Like so, I watch sports to an extent. Like for instance, basketball. I haven't watched a full game yet. I know we in the playoffs and stuff and everything, but I haven't watched the full game yet. I'll probably watch maybe the last two games of the finals when it comes. You know, of course, the home team Timberwolves they're in it, but I haven't watched the full game yet. OG.
Yeah. Wow. Let me read this before we continue. Say, yeah, Scorpio Mama said, yeah. Aspen found out that the hallway last year, Asheville, North Carolina, would never be the same again. All the centers was running to the mountains to hide. Explain that, please, sis. I think I heard about it in the past. Explain that more, Sister Scorpio Mama. But yeah, I think
I believe.
sports. I watch sports,
Okay.
but it's not the same. Like, yeah, I can't understand you play against somebody and you having dinner with them. I mean, having lunch with them.
Yeah, that's nah, man, nah.
We could be boys after the game. No, no, no. I got to get you.
But it comes down to the fact that I mean, a lot of these games and sports and in general, it's all rigged to an extent. You know, like it's really showing that it's really rigged. And even you see this videos I'll come across just different athletes speaking about it. Like Shaq even said it. Like he was talking about like saying Stern. I guess he said something about Stern. Already kind of knew where he was going to, something like that. I'm like, man, this. But a lot of it is low key rigged. Remember, a lot of it. There's a lot of money, a lot of betting going on. So wherever you have a lot of money in, there's some foulness going on there.
Yeah,
Running
you
straight,
can
it
say
all runs
that.
through Vegas. So remember, there's legal books now. OG, did you ever deal with that when you was in Brooklyn? Like, did you ever run the numbers or anything like that?
No,
Okay,
but I know people personally did
okay,
that bank too.
okay.
I know one time, this is when I was married before I met the ex. I knew this guy. He played the number. There wasn't no big number. He played number.
Yeah.
That they had to shut the store down that day.
Really?
Yup.
Dang.
Kind of find it was like maybe like $15,000.
Dang. Oh shit.
That jumped down to the next day.
Wow.
And one of the people was saying, "Yo, you if you would have played that number, and kind of find out the guy he didn't live around here either. That's the good thing about it.
Yeah.
Because he would have hit that. Oh, yo, they were trying to get him.
Oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
so they shut the store down. Like, wow.
Yeah. He would have been fooled.
I knew people that ran numbers, big time. Cartel with it too.
Oh wow.
Runners go like different parts of New York, even out of state. Pull up in nice cars and all that. Gotcha, Scorpio Mama. Thanks for the information. Appreciate it. Yeah, you even go around upstate too, but New York City back in the days. So you're a good running. You, I ain't gonna say you not as much as the next one. Getting it.
That sounds like good money, huh?
Yeah, send them in cars and all, send them cabs and stuff. Then you don't have to. Sometimes they travel on a train, like regular transportation. At that time, the cops ain't know. They dress the usual stuff. I said, damn, stay up in the, because I guess I was around it. You know what I mean? So I knew they stay around it. Make sure things cool down. Okay, we're gonna put you in the cab, go back.
Yeah.
Now we're in. Get paid good too.
I got a question for you, OG. I remember
Back
that blackout you had in the '90s. How did you deal with that blackout?
in the 90s.
Yeah, wasn't there a blackout that you had in the '90s where
Yeah, man.
part of New York just went?
Oh man, I tell you, I was married at the time.
Okay.
And everything blacked out. I was working. I forgot what I think I was working at a laundromat, I think. Yeah, I was working at a laundromat. I said, what happened? Yeah, it was a blackout stuff. I just cashed my check too.
Oh wow. Perfect
Just
time.
when I'm talking about just cashed my check,
Perfect.
just cashed my check. And I said, why are people walking in? There's a blackout. They said, they want you to come back and lock it up. And I was like, probably like, because I was supposed to be at work from four to 11.
Yeah.
And I came back after I cast my digit. I said, why are people walking? It's a blackout. I said, blackout? You mean it's a certain parts? They said, no, it's a blackout. I said, dang. So I had to lock it up. Start walking. It was a long.
Dang.
So me and this guy I used to hang out with.
Yeah.
I mean, we live in the same building. I was like, where I was working at, I was working like maybe like, I forgot the name of the part of Manhattan they called. I think it was Soho, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Mistaken. Around 17th Street, right off on 7th Avenue, on the west side. So I was walking towards downtown and rest and stuff. So I said, let me play some ball because it was a lot of, because you know what, when I was walking, where the park was at, that was like probably like a mile and a half away from Brooklyn Bridge. So it was a lot of people. So I just play ball. So man, he said, yo, what up, JT? I said, oh, what up, dog? We would live in the same building. He said, yo, man, we might as well just play ball. And then they said, oh man, and then we wait like people, you know, the way at nighttime. So we started walking on the Brooklyn Bridge. It was dark at night. It was dark. And but it was like the only light we had was like, cell phones. So we walk over the Brooklyn Bridge and then we walk to the park in Tillery Park, and that's downtown Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
And we rest there for like maybe like almost 2 hours.
Okay.
He said, yo, we gotta keep on walking. So I even walked past when I grew up at.
Mm.
Oh, we still got ways to walk. So we got back, I said maybe after 1 or 2 in the morning.
Wow.
It was so dark. So he left the car. He left the car right away. So he said, "Yo, man, you just." And I remember forget that the corner store was giving stuff out.
Mm.
So we got some stuff. He said, "You want to make your sandwich?" And he knew us, so they make sandwiches and stuff. How many? Make 4, 5, nothing like that. It was dark. We couldn't walk upstairs.
Yeah.
So we was chilling in the car for like for hours, and the light came on. I'm talking everything stopped, family. Everything stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Everything stopped. So we stayed in the car and I finally went upstairs, got some light, went upstairs, I take a shower and stuff. It was out for, I think it was out for like maybe 2, 3 days.
Okay.
So it was something. It was something, man. It was really something. When I told New York actually stop, it actually stopped.
Mm.
Now picture the ones that work in the city had to work like uptown Manhattan in the
Wow.
Bronx, going to Westchester County.
Man, that is crazy.
I said, think of like that. What about the one lives in Queens, deep in the Queens, go towards Long Island,
Right. Way
way
out.
right in the boonies,
Dang.
Brooklyn, same thing, boonies. Live in Coney Island, you got walk. You know how long that fucking walk is? Man, listen, shoo.
They
So
walked out of their
everybody was
shoes, man.
affected, huh?
I said they walked out of their shoes.
Yeah, I mean, it got bad, bro, that we had to take off our shoes and rest.
Okay. Dang.
We had to, yeah, that's why I said people take off their shoes. It was hurting. I said, damn. And plus, we played ball too
Yeah.
before this, so it was hurting. They said, yo, you want to stop? I said, yes, I said, damn. And we want to stay that long,
Mm.
so we got to stretch. You don't want to catch a Charlie horse on, man.
Right. Yeah. Them Charlie hoes ain't no nothing to play with.
Ain't nothing to play with, bro. And I almost caught a Charlie horse with my right foot. I said, oh, shoot, I had to beat it up. It was something. It was people was falling out. Here's some water and stuff.
See, all I heard on the news was, of course, how places were getting looted and stuff. That's what I heard on the news. And I was like, I don't
Oh,
blame them.
yo, they was getting hit, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I was like, I don't blame them. I'll be in there too.
They was getting hit, bro. I see. It was crazy though. 'Cause it was people said, yo, you want some of this?
Mm.
I said, nah, we good, man. Police can't even stop them.
Right. Ain't nothing they could, yeah.
Ain't nothing they can do about it. I had one guy said, "Yeah, man." Come to me, "Yeah, man, we cooked some food out. You want some, man? Fuck it." I'm like, "Nah, man. Come on, you get you a plate, man." We get heroes out.
Mm.
Down soda, liquor.
Dang.
Yeah. I said, we can't take this. We ain't got nothing to put it anyway.
Right, you got nothing to do? Shoot, might as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we ain't had nothing to put it anyway. I mean, we had something. I got to. Shoot, I took me a while. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm.
I sure did. Put it right in that bag. Yeah. Y'all ain't heard it from me. I'm just letting you know. You ain't heard from me.
Mm.
I don't want to incriminate myself. Yeah, but but yeah, it was like that. There were people in desperation. I mean,
Yeah, understood. Yeah.
so and then so the other communities that disfranchise our community,
Yeah.
they was getting hit up.
Yeah. Yeah.
They didn't
Yeah.
know. Well, y'all paying your money to these high ups.
Mm-hmm.
Is what happened. Well, that's what that comes with it.
Right,
So
definitely.
us as a people disfranchised, forget all that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing all I can to provide for my family.
Yeah.
Even
Dang.
like clothes stores get looted up.
Oh, really? Dang.
Yeah, yeah, I heard. Yeah. Oh, stop! They stop and search. Oh, fuck you. Get beat up too. About 15, 16. What they gonna do? You outnumbered. Time to take that out. That's what it was. We used
Dang.
to be laughing and say, you can't park here, man. We can park here, man. Need to get you need to get out of here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
So my question is, next question is like unrelated to what we're talking about, but who are some of the good people that you've met on? I mean, it doesn't have to mean you met them physically, but just some of the good people that you've met on being on YouTube as a content creator, or just as
um
a supporter of others as well.
brother She Stay Sleep TV.
Okay.
Um sister 12 hours, Scorpio Mama,
Mm.
few months, sister Kareem Fields, brother Clarence McLean that I met him face to face, um his wife,
Okay.
um third fourth quarter tour,
Mm.
Gold Professor. She be here, Ricky Williams.
Oh, you met Ricky Williams?
Not face to face, bro.
Oh, but you just met, just know. Okay, just unlock.
I
Okay.
know, yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Ricky
cool.
Williams. As a matter
Yeah,
of
he's
fact,
a.
he celebrated his birthday a few days ago, so shout out to Ricky Williams.
Yeah.
Trying to get him on. I'm trying to get you on. Yeah, I shut you out. Ricky, oh.
Yeah, I mess with Ricky. He has a lot of thought provoking content I like.
Yeah, he good brother. Evo Sosa, take heed to the message. Check out that sister. She be dropping it. Another one is happily married.
Mm.
Then we need to pay some respect. Sister 183307, Mahogany, Roots,
Okay.
Sister Monica. I can really go on. That's a few I can think of now.
Yeah.
Then y'all the rest y'all know who you are.
One thing that I've learned on YouTube is that, and this is just my experience, that the women have it more together than a lot of the guys,
Yeah.
and in my opinion, they're more about building than the guys. Seem like a lot of the dudes are just kind of into a whole meat measuring and a whole bunch of egotistical type stuff. Um, yeah. So of course, yeah, I've come across some females that are pretty weird, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
just for me, like for me, the one of the females that helped me probably the most, and just in general, like just it's not even about with my channel, but just like thought provoking conversations is Kui. That's that to me. That's the person who has been, I guess, for me like an asset. I feel like she's an asset, you know, and so she's definitely, how can I say, giving me like a lot of game in the sense of like what to look out for, and even though there's of course there's times when I didn't listen, but you know I had to learn for myself. But she's definitely a person that I look at as a true asset, a person who's definitely needed in this space, you know. So, but just dealing with the level of fakeness that's on YouTube is something that I wasn't ready for.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I was kind of in a sense prepped, but the best lessons are when you learn them yourself. You know,
Yeah.
there's people who are gonna give you the game, but you have to really learn it yourself for it to really stick. And so, yeah,
Yeah, you heard about that, sis. Some do that. But the one I mentioned, we ain't like that. So,
yeah,
but
Scorpio. I
those
mean,
don't want. But see, those don't we do. They don't promote us.
yeah, there's a lot of dudes who they just love arguing with other men. That's weird. Like,
But why you? Let me see. And this is crazy though, right? Why you want to argue another man about their manhood, bro?
yeah, that I don't know. That's
Well, I mean, damn, man. I mean, dad, you really want to you really want to talk to the mic that bad?
yeah, that's I don't know.
You
I
know
mean,
what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to be PG. I'm so
yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I got you.
God
And
damn. I mean, you need to put makeup on or something like that. You need to get your knee pads or something. I'm just asking questions.
the guys, it seemed like I said, the guys wanna impress other guys.
Man, why?
I don't know. That's super weird. Super
Okay,
weird.
Sister Queen. What's up to Sister Quee? Sister Wild Sports. I want you to go please subscribe to her. Yo, she knows her stuff, yo, about this betting and other stuff that we gonna talk about that on this channel. So watch out for that. Let me read before we continue. Quee is the only female that walks in consistent love with me. All the rest keep switching up, hating on me, and that's even though I donate to them. I personally help build they channel. Hey, you know what time it is, guys? You know to cut them off.
Hey, Miss Wise, that is 100% true.
Yeah,
And
it is.
even my experience just with different females here, and of course me being married, I'm never on that time of like trying to like holler at chicks or get at them or nothing, but just I've donated to some of them, and just they get funny on you out of nowhere. You be like, what? Like it's just weird. It's just unexplainable weirdness. I
Yeah,
can't explain it. I don't know why, but it has what it comes down to is they're trying to impress people who's watching, and of course we know on YouTube there's people who are consistently watching, and they want to basically take the information they see and take it back to somebody.
yeah,
Which is weird because we're adults, right? We're grown folks, but
yeah.
there's people who have time for that type of BS, and it's just unfortunate. It's very unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. Question, please, y'all. Questions to the chat. Questions to the brother. Questions. Um, yeah, some women were not reared right. No, they're not. No, ain't shoot. I remember times I always said, "Oh, you know me for a long time, brother, so you know I'm talking about." There's a lot of people came through this channel and act like they don't know me, and
Yeah,
end up being big.
yeah, yeah, definitely. And it's they don't know you no more, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You can't even get a cash. You can't even get a cash out no more. Yeah.
Shoot, you can't even get them to say what's up in a video, you know,
Right.
or
You
hit a
can't even
like
get a
button.
like with these motherfuckers.
Yeah, shoot, some stuff that's free.
Right. You can't even get a free one. You can't even get them to comment after you finish doing a live
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
video.
straight up.
But it got something to do with drama and lick offs and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah,
They say tell it all.
yeah. So I'm definitely real selective on where I go and yeah, people I'm around. Because there's a lot of fake shit going on that I just would rather not be a part of. So
And the sad thing about it, I want you to touch on this too after this,
yeah.
is advertising it now. And that's sad.
You said what? I didn't hear you. Cut off. I'm
They
sorry.
advertise it more.
Yes, yes, yes. It's it's definitely promoted. So it's like whoever's doing the fakest stuff or the most non-building, the most non-positive thing that gets promoted. That gets people get behind it and they support it. And what matters, what doesn't matter, what I've learned, what doesn't matter is the truth on YouTube, right? Because you can expose the truth. What matters is who they like. Like if they like the person, they don't care. They just gonna keep dealing with them, and because they want a friend. They need validation. There's a lot of people on YouTube that need validation from other people.
They do.
Regardless
Let
of
me
what
read
it is.
this.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Now, hey, we gotta talk about you. That no good brother McLean. Shout out to brother McLean right here. That's No Duck Zone podcast. The one running. Salute to you, brother. That's another brother you need to get up to, brother. Oh, you already what I'm talking about. You already got one. What I'm talking about. I'm talking. Let me read from Wild Sports. She said, "Yeah, I got a lady. I named her boxing channel and help her start it out, helping her learn apps to use, make artwork for her. Too much. Now she hating on me. Someone sent screenshots of her face, of her hating. I'm sorry.
Oh wow,
Yeah, man, smash the like button, y'all.
sheesh. Blessings, clans. What up, man? Man, that's
That's
on
crazy
fuckery.
though,
Yeah, that's on
because
fuckery.
yeah, because I even had women throughout the years. They don't even want to deal with me. They rather deal with real men.
Sheesh.
That was told to me.
Oh word.
Yes.
Oh wow. Yes.
Shoot, my parents. I'm talking about the women. I'm about the women. They say, watch out for these women. They get you. I'm telling you, I'm a woman. I said, wow. Yeah. And what Wise talked about, she absolutely right. And you know, there's a lot more stories. It's like that.
Yeah. Dang.
Sad thing about it, but they don't want to talk about it. But it is.
That is wild.
It was told to me throughout the years. Yeah, well, she a woman, so no.
Yeah, that's why you gotta keep it. I mean, of course, a lot of us we come on YouTube to, of course, we're for the most part we're open our hearts to meet new people and stuff like that. But sometimes, I mean, when you go through these things, you need to realize that you just gotta keep it YouTube. Like you just deal with people in here and keep it moving. You know, like you don't let
Got
them.
you. Any questions, y'all? Put it in the chat for my brother. Any question you want to ask? Yeah, it's crazy because instead of like beating up on each other, we could help grow each other's channel and get this money and keep this money in the community, in our community. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said the question I asked earlier. Well, like 15 minutes ago, like love, because if we had that self love, we could really it'd be
oh, you can hear me? Hello?
yeah. You hear me?
Yeah, I'll get you now.
Oh yeah, okay. There's a lot of people who move with their ego on here, like they won't help out somebody else for. It's just so weird, man. It's just so weird. I didn't expect it to be so weird on YouTube. I underestimated the weirdness. Let me say it that way. I underestimated the snake shit that people do. I really did. But it's all blessings because once you learn what it is, you can get away from it.
I think that is very important. You know, questions, family, questions.
Let folks
Let me see. Why sports? Yes, it's true. She got a real polar fast. I see her every day, and now she don't even speak half of the time. God is going to bless me, all the hard work and all good, but people will use then hate. Yeah.
I feel like I know who that is. I feel like I know who that is.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Officer. Do I know her?
Yeah, you should. I believe. Yeah. If I'm thinking who she's thinking, who she's talking about, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, God said, see our work. Yeah. That's what I always say that I was talking to the show this morning, right? And I was bringing it up that my late father always say this. I can always see your dirty hand. I want to see your clean hand.
Man,
A
that's
lot of people want to hide their dirty hand.
yeah. You know what? That's a great saying. That's why I used to always like. How can I say this? I used to always be like, I wish people the best, but I stopped wishing people the best. For that very reason, right there, I wish people receive what they deserve. Because a lot of people do a lot of dirty shit and they try to hide their hands. So, I mean, if you're doing, if so, it all comes down to the person themselves. If they're treating people correctly, if they're respectful and everything, of course you're gonna receive what you deserve is, more positivity and everything. But if you're somebody who's hating or disrespecting people for no reason, then you deserve all that BS that comes with that. That's just me.
Yeah. So it's true because it's a lot. It's a lot, And also talking about Brother McLean, that's another one you can learn from. He's married, but again, we don't want to learn from it. We don't. We let people. I don't know. You know what? I ain't gonna say it, man. But it's just that what I learned, and I want you to touch on this too. Questions, family. Questions in the chat. And it's so funny that after I've been thinking about this, me and my mom before my mother passed and everything, but it seems like ever since my mother passed, well, I put it like this: my great grandmother passed.
Yes.
Um, no, let me go back. I'm sorry. Because I lost two of my grandfathers when I was young. My late mother's father, grandfather, I call him Grandfather Wallace. I lost him in '72 when I was 6. He said, "How you remember?" Because I do remember. Grandfather Thomas. That's my father's father. Hey, Pig Dog, what's good? Thanks for coming, family. Appreciate you.
PGA Big Dog.
And
What
the
up?
ripple
Message back.
effect of a strong black man league, it plays a toll and reminder as a young black boy
Okay.
because they was there besides my father. Me and my father, we didn't really see eye to eye. But
Yeah.
I said the last 9 years, 8, 9 years of his life, we got close and we see each other. You know what I'm saying? And but they helped, but along the way before they helped me, and not having that male figure, I mean secondary male figure, especially elder, it plays a role. And so then along the way, I suffer losses. My great grandmother, um, my mother Gloria, my father's mother. Um, few years later, my father. Um, along the way, I lost my aunt. No, my grandmother. 2 years later, my great. I'm in the '90s now. Aunt called second mother, as I say, 498, and a few years later, 2001, my great aunt Rosa has passed. You know, long away. 2019, lost my mom's. And it's funny that was when my father passed and my mother passed, that 30 years apart.
Uh-huh.
That's August of 2019. The year and a half later, lost my younger brother. You know. Then 2021, lost my second oldest brother, the advocate. I did a lot with him. So I suffer losses, but my point that I suffer, I learned valuable lessons. I learned valuable um, along the way. When I learned about it's about order. And each in their own way they had God's qualities in them. And so for me it's you gotta go through the storm, bro. And so a lot of people understand when you go through the storms, that means you go through the storms while you're married, going back relationships and marriage or family and stuff. You got to go through the storms, but the ones who's not willing,
Yeah.
you gotta let them go.
Yeah.
Even his blood. But there's sometimes that we want to hold on to people because they family, but they not learning. Instead of but everything goes to me too. Because I know people say, what about you? So I begin, it goes to me too. And that's why I coined eternal love.
Yeah.
You tell me eternal learning. I'm sorry, eternal learning. Because you got to constantly keep on learning, constantly keep on growing. But there are some they feel their degree stop because they with this person, they live with that person and stuff. But it's eternal growing because I believe each of us got to have a relationship with God. So At the end of the day, God gonna say, "Are you doing my will?" He ain't gonna go to your mother. He ain't gonna go to your father. He ain't gonna go to your aunt stuff. You have. I'm talking about when you become a grown up. You have a personal relationship with God. That's what my parents showed me. So if we, I mean, we got to eat right. You know, parents got to be parents. Children got to be children. Aunts got to be aunts. Uncles got to be uncles. Grandfathers got to be grandfathers. Grandmas got to be grandmas. We got to get back. We got to get back to being direction again. You
Also,
wrong, you need to be corrected.
also we got to be active. That's one of the most important
Yes.
things is being active because yes, I understand. Yes, we have to eat healthy, which is great, but in the same sense, we still gotta move. Moving is the even. If you can't really move like you want to move, at least walk. Walking is better than doing nothing because a lot of times we eat these big meals and then we just sit down and do nothing, and that's the worst thing for you. It's just to
Yeah.
eat something, and just not do nothing.
Yeah, and also go more on your point, right? That we got to talk life to each other, but at the same time be constructive.
Yes, yes,
We got to be constructive. If it's something that we need to change, we got to understand a person comes from a genuine place,
yes.
want you to change, and we got to work on that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not being around. I'm not being around. I refuse to be around people that don't believe my existence and my conversation. That you want to play games and stuff like that. No, no. That I went through it before in my life. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Well, it get me nowhere. I'm not doing it. So, so you have to understand. You got to go. Like I remember somebody told me, you got to understand when you better yourself, you got to deal with losses.
Yes, that's definitely a part of life. Yeah, you have to. But yeah, bettering yourself is about losses as far as those people who don't add to you. See, just for me, I believe in. I look at people as assets and liabilities. There's people who are liabilities to you that you know that you need to cut off, but you just keep them around. And there's of course assets that add value to you. So with me, I just got to get rid of the liabilities. If I feel anybody, if individual is a liability to me, I have to rid myself of them, no matter how much it hurts, no matter how long the relationship, quote unquote, is. I just gotta get away from it because it's hindering me. So
And also, we have to understand that they are us as human beings. We bring different attributes of us.
yes,
It doesn't mean money.
right, right, right,
It
exactly.
doesn't mean nothing.
I'm glad you said that.
It-
I'm glad you said that.
mhm.
Yes.
And I think that's our problem too.
Uh-huh.
You know, you bring up a person, ask you a question, take patience out, be there. That other people is not.
Right,
That means a lot. So people can add value to you.
right. And
But
so
at the
when I
same
say
time, when you have somebody in your ear, that person ain't why not? They just take it.
yeah, they just
You know why you being with them? But at the same time, you ripping them off though.
there's people who they
So
wanna not only they wanna leech.
that I call that sabotage.
Yeah,
So we gotta talk more about that too. There are people just want to keep people around.
yeah.
Oh, you do a good job. You this and that, vindicating all like that. While some people stabbing your back,
I'm telling
landing
you,
your name.
that's why you have to find validation within yourself.
Yeah.
And kick it with assets, people that add to you. And like you said, somebody adding to you, it doesn't have to have anything to do with money. You know, people give you a peace of mind.
Sometimes I had somebody told me this. You are very patient. Be patient. What do you mean? Be patient. You're patient. You're not like.
Nothing added right
And
there.
so, but I learned that from my late parents. I mean, it doesn't mean that I can't cut up a fool. I will cut up a fool. You trying to play me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I understand. Excuse me, I'm getting older now. So sometimes I have to fuse the situation. You have to understand it because there are some people that ain't gonna think for themselves at that moment. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So sometimes you gotta feed that moment, protect yourself, definitely, but you gotta protect the one. So I see I can talk like that because I've done it a few times in my lifetime, and I'm still here.
Hmm.
So look at a person's value, you know, and understand you keep on building. And like I said before, if it's mutual, break up. That's what it is. What it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. No doubt.
But yeah, OG, I'm
Um,
about to cut out because I got
okay.
these babies.
Make your last remarks.
Before I get out of here, I just want to say it's been a pleasure doing these two chop ups with you. Uh, I definitely, you're definitely an asset in my book.
I appreciate that.
Let me just say, happy early birthday to you. Happy early birthday
Thank
to
you.
you. And shout out to everybody that came through and chopped it up with us. Greatly
Oh,
appreciate
stay
it.
right there. Stay right there, brother. Before I make my last remark, come close out the family. Anybody that want me to do a chop up, I'm gonna put my email in the chat. Let me know. You see how it runs? That's how I run it. So reach out to me if you let me know. Reach out to me. Put your name on it. I'll send my email. You got to put your name so I know who it is. But I'll go through that sometimes. I don't know your name, but you need to put your name on it. I'm supposed to know your email because I ain't gonna pay attention. But put your name on it and your email if you want me to do a chopper, and we schedule so you get to schedule so within the time. But I want people to understand that this brother I know for a long time, the growth, the endurance. That's why I say you need to go back and listen to part one. So you had a great appreciation for this brother. I got admiration for this brother, even Clarence McLean and a few others. These are the ones we need to watch out. These are the ones that we need to pay attention to. And even the women too. We have to learn to change. And I know it feels good to be around people like your family and stuff, and all like this, and it's fun and everything. But if they not willing to build happiness, you got to make a decision. I made my decision. I'm not being around people that wants me, don't believe in me. I'm not. Mm-mm. And then, well, at the same time, you don't want to show your dirty hand. Nah, you got that, and it goes for y'all too. Take that on too. Nah, it's cool. So what about me, Sister Wise? Nah, just messing with you. But but I think each of us, we need to build on each other and to understand that it's not over. It's not over. We still got ways to go as a people. Out of human, I mean, out of humanity too. Yes, but we got a long way to go. Me too. Got a long way to go. The question is, are you willing to make that decision to keep on being a better you or not? Do I have to change up my surroundings? These are questions I ask for myself. No, but I can't ask that for y'all. Just like y'all can't answer for me, you can ask for yourselves. So you have to make difficult decisions. That's it, you know. But I want to thank y'all so much to come through. Shout out to the miss. I want to thank y'all for being here and everything. And Sister Wise hit me up so we can take care of that. Like again, here goes my email. Anybody want me to do a chop up? Whatever, let me know. Just give me some time. Um, so I appreciate the brother. Thank you for granting me the second part of the chop up. The Knicks lost yesterday, so I don't know. 3-1. I don't know what's going on. I told you, I'm the only time I come on do the Knicks, they win. So I don't know. Depends and stuff like that. I don't know. But we got in the bigger hole, so you know. Yeah, to do that, reach out to me on Sister Wise and anybody in the chat that wants to do a chopper. But on behalf of my channel, Underrated Darkness, yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best kept secrets on social media, the best of the business. I asked this question. I say this for myself, and I'm gonna pack. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe we should come back here and talk about it. I don't know. I don't know, but they gotta win. They gotta win. It's a definite. They gotta win. Square Garden. They had not played well over there either. So it's not like we're getting blown out. That's what I'm saying. We gotta learn to win close games. You know, people say talk Fincher, Jalen, Jalen, yeah, and stuff like that. I mean, other people gotta touch the ball. I mean, that cat touch the ball, yeah, but it's gotta be a third scorer. You gotta get OG Anunoby, they gotta get more touches. I feel he played D. He should have get more touches. So in case if he cooled off, you got Cat and Jalen, they need more people to score. Because you think, but Indiana don't really play no defense. They don't. They really don't play no defense. You gotta score. These guys gotta score. I mean, like, the coach says want to play defense. He play defense. That's well and good. You gotta play defense to play up. But he's not. He's from yesteryear. He don't fit the coaches in these days. Like Coach Carlisle, he was a player, but they played defense. But he had to adopt the team that he had right now. They play a little defense, but they can score the ball. Indiana could score the ball, but they don't tell he don't want to adopt. Stuck in his own ways. I mean, like, smash my like button, man. I got that from Brother McClain. Yo, smash my like button. That, man. Want to do nothing. It's like in boxing, man. People want to do what they want to do. But reach out to me, Sister Wise. And Brother McClain, you can reach out to me too. Knicks got to win the next game. They make it reasonable. They got to win the next game. I mean, you got to go down. You got to go down. I mean, Indiana can't be beat. We shown that, you know. Yeah, but yes, I'm saying reach out to me, sister wise. Indiana can't be beat. And but Nick gotta have more score, man. I mean, you want to play D? I mean, you got to score, man. Now we gotta get some touches, man. You'll be Indiana. They got three people could score and more than that. So Nick, now we gotta get some touches. That gotta get some touches. Hart gotta get some touches. See, it goes. I'm gonna say it one last time again, and it goes again when you don't go to your bench more. That's what happened. And Knicks they got a okay bench. He guys can play. They got veterans that can play. But when you don't use them, what you expect? But let's see the next game. On behalf of my channel, Honorary Darkness, y'all true number one grinder. One of the best case secrets on social media, the best of the business. This is the last song. Chop it up with Brother Ashling, LTTV. I got it. Yeah. I feel you on that. It is deeper than that. Yeah. Yes, it is. I agree with you on that. No. So you have people, then you got to talk about analytics. I mean, and other people in politics, I ain't talking about y'all in the chat. Other people outside, y'all ain't trying to hear what I'm saying. Y'all don't get it. The ones in the chat gets it, but y'all outside, y'all don't get it. I'm talking about some. I know some of y'all outside get it, but majority y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get what I'm saying. That's all right though, because y'all the ones going to be losing out. But thank y'all so much for participating. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. Until next time. Great afternoon, great evening. This one is Ghost. And yeah, it is politics with it. Yeah, I hate politics too with it. Yeah. But thank y'all. Stay blessed. Stay blessed. This one is Ghost. See y'all next time.